blogging, the first need that I had identified for literacy improvement was in writing. And 3 strategies that I came up with. The first one was blogging, and the second one was school-wide letter writing, pen pals. And you probably, tried pen pal programs in other schools or even sometimes in other countries. But the project that I researched was about actual, like, a school-wide pen pal program. So they had mailboxes set up, and like different classes would write letters to different classes. So, second grade, do pen pals with 5th grade or something, and they had their whole mail system set up. It was just really kind of a neat and different take on pen pals. And of course, letter writing improves letter writing skills, builds relationships, and provides that authentic purpose for writing that we're always looking for. And the third strategy was RAT, which is kind of like, reminds me of FAP. I know they do that in 5th grade with inform, audience, and purpose. But this is role, which would be the perspective that the student's writing from. Like if they're a 17th century girl, or if they're writing from their own point of view, or whatever role they're writing from. And then the audience, of course, if they're writing for the principal or other students or whoever it is they might be writing to, and format and topic and a strong verb. And there's a website there for Reading Rockets where I found that strategy at. So they even give you templates and ways that you can implement that into your classroom. So what I really focused on and highlighted the writing strategy was Kid Blog, which is a website that you can go to, and it really enables you to implement blogging into your classroom. And what I liked about it, and what's great, is it's free to use, and of course the technology engages the kids and really gets them interested a little bit more in writing. And kids can practice, and the teachers can assess their writing that way. Has different uses. You do a book discussion, or just have like a classroom blog where you exchange ideas, and gives authentic purpose to writing. And there is the website for Kid Blog, and there's actually a little YouTube video that I have on there, but for the sake of time, I won't go into that, but you can go to the link and it shows you like the dashboard, how you can set up your Kid Blog account, and it really takes the teacher through setting it all up and using the website. Okay, need number 2 is closing the gap for all students. And so there's 3 strategies here. The first one is taking advantage of literacy centers. You guys know that, if you don't use literacy centers, that center in your classroom, that they are great. Last year I did teach in Bourbon County, and the school I was at was Blue Ribbon School. They really had awesome test scores, and everything was based on centers there. And they really had some great ideas, so I know in the future I'll be getting in touch with those teachers and picking their brains about how they set up their centers and everything. And number 2 is considering or reconsidering heterogeneous grouping. Research tends to show that in language arts, students benefit more from heterogeneous grouping. And I know it seems just natural to group kids by ability, and but a lot of kids really get a negative self-image, and then they really don't have much expectation to live up to when they're trashed in that way. And then number 3 is use of a literacy program like KidBiz, which incorporates technology into your literacy program. Okay, and the one that I focused on was KidBiz. It is like a commercial literacy program, but it's also online, and they actually have research studies and case studies that were done in Kentucky, so it's really relevant to what's going on in Kentucky in education and with our kids. And you can look at the research and the case studies, and in general it said that students made nearly 2.5 times their expected growth in reading when measured at the Lexile level using this program. And struggling readers that were at least 2 years behind made the same gains as average students. And then students that use the program at least 2 times a week made the highest gains. So that's really not that often, and they grew 3.5 times more. And there's the website that you can check out for Kid Biz, and that's a little sample of their page right there. Okay, so what is it and how can I use it? Kid Biz is for use in grades 2 through 5, so it's not for the little bitty kiddos, but starting in second grade, you can use it. And as I said, there's research done right here in Kentucky, and they have various implementation models to fit your classroom needs. So if you have, probably everybody has like 3 or 4 computers in the classroom, then you can rotate through centers, or you can use your computer and your smartboard, or you can use the computer lab if you want everybody to get on at the same time. And what's great about it is it's differentiated for each student's level, and it adapts with their growth, so the level increases as they grow.
Do they get tested into it? Kind of like, do they take out, you test it so you can place them first, or do you place them as you do it, you know?
I'm not sure about that, how it initially places them, but on the website goes through everything about it and anything you want to know about it, basically. It consists of 5-step daily lessons, and it's anchored in nonfiction text, so which is something that they're really pushing right now, so we can use a lot of fiction. And for optimum results, the program should be used twice a week, and it's aligned actually with the Common Core standards, and it's focused on the college and career readiness that's all the rage right now for everybody. Hey, and the last need that I noticed was parent involvement, and I know that's just an ongoing thing. We have the same parents that lead the PTO, PTA, and they're always there for everything, and then some folks we just can't seem to get in. But 3 ideas that I had to maybe help with this was having literacy nights. Of course, you provide free food, and that gets a lot more folks in the door. And then there's literacy activities that are for students and family to do together. And the second one that I found was a program called FAST, which is Families and Schools Together. And that's a program that you can look at online, and they have all kinds of services, I noticed, and it involves the community and builds a parent involvement program. And it's really available everywhere, so they can send folks to your school. They have representatives in every region, is what I learned. And number 3, be kind of scary, but don't underestimate home visits. I'm not sure about the policy, if you all do home visits, or it's kind of left up to the teacher, or like the Family Resource Center, how that works. But it can really establish communication, build relationships with students and their families. And it's kind of scary getting out of our comfort zone and going into their homes, and a little intimidating for them to have us coming in, but it can really be a great thing. And it's also shown to increase attendance and test scores, which is always good. Okay, so the strategy that I highlighted for this need was literacy nights. So you could plan to have like 3 literacy nights a year, like maybe one in the fall, and then in the winter when everybody's kind of bored and there's not a lot going on, and then one closer toward the spring to kind of keep up interest and get everybody to the school. And then you could have different focuses for different grade levels and plan family-oriented activities. And then the last step would be gathering feedback, maybe give out comment or suggestion cards, and really, take them seriously and try to put the parent and family suggestions to work. Okay, so that's it, and I hope that y'all are able to use some of the strategies, or maybe give you a little something to think about. Like I said, it's a little difficult being on the outside and coming into your school and telling you, I think you need to improve on. But I think Hamlin's a great school, and I think you'll have some great teachers. And so hopefully I gave you something you can use. And thank you for coming and giving me a little bit of your planning time, which, like I said, I know is so precious.